A million years ago, in the heart of the Great Mountains, Nepal slept beneath a thick blanket of ice. The world was a vast, frozen expanse, a silent kingdom of snow and stone. Here, life was a whisper against the howling wind. Within the deep, dark caves, our ancestors huddled together. They wore animal skins, but the cold seeped into their bones, relentless and unforgiving. They knew no fire, only the knowing pangs of hunger and a constant, creeping fear that lived in the shadows alongside them. Every breath was visible, a small cloud of steam in the chilling air. Outside the relative safety of the cave, every day was a brutal battle for survival. With spears tipped with sharpened stone, they were hunters, but also the hunted. Chasing deer and wild animals through the unforgiving terrain was a desperate gamble. The jungle, though frozen, was alive, and the sound of their own heartbeats was a constant reminder of the thin line between life and death. This was their existence's cycle of struggle, a fight for one more sunrise. Then, one day, the sky itself seemed to crack open. A violent thunderstorm rolled through the mountains, a symphony of chaos and power. A bolt of lightning, a jagged spear of pure energy, struck a great tree, setting it ablaze. To the tribe, it was a terrifying spectacle, a message from the heavens they couldn't comprehend. But for one young hunter, Lumo, it was something more. As others saw only destruction, he stared into the flames, mesmerized. In the dancing, roaring light, he didn't see fear. He saw warmth. He saw a future. This was their miracle, sent from the sky. It was a terrifying, beautiful gift. Lumo, driven by a courage he didn't know he possessed, approached the burning tree. He saw the fire reflected in his eyes, a tiny sun in the darkness. It was a magical, powerful moment. Instant humanity's destiny changed forever. He knew, with a certainty that settled deep in his soul, that this flickering light was the key to their survival. He had to capture it. He had to bring it home. That night, for the first time, the cave was not a place of darkness and despair. It was filled with a soft, golden glow. The tribe gathered around the fire, their faces illuminated, their eyes wide with wonder. The suffocating cold retreated to the shadows, and a gentle warmth spread through them. The sound of a baby's cry was replaced by quiet laughter and murmurs of awe. In the heart of that flame, darkness finally faded, and a new kind of warmth was born, not just for their bodies, but for their spirits. The fire transformed everything. It became the heart of their community. They learned to roast meat, and the taste of cooked food brought smiles to their faces. Children, no longer shivering in fear, played and danced in the firelight, their small shadows leaping on the cave walls. They had captured a piece of the sun, and it had ignited a joy they had never known. Life was no longer just about survival. It was about living. The fire was their hearth, their kitchen, their gathering place. With the fire came progress. It became their teacher, showing them how to shape better tools and forge new weapons. It became their protector, keeping the night's predators at bay. Most of all, it became their soul, a symbol of their resilience and ingenuity. The flame was passed from one generation to the next, a sacred trust. It spread from cave to cave, a beacon of hope across the frozen landscape. Humanity was no longer just enduring. It was beginning to thrive. Years turned into decades. Lumo, now an old man, sat by the fire, his face etched with the wisdom of a lifetime. He had watched his tribe grow, watched children become parents, and watched fear turn into courage. As the first rays of a new dawn painted the Himalayan peaks in shades of orange and gold, he felt a deep sense of peace. He had given his people warmth, a chance to not just survive, but to dream. And in their memories, in the eternal flame they now carried, they gave him a gift in return: eternity. His legacy was not written in stone, but in the embers of every fire that would ever burn. It was in the light that chased away the darkness, in the warmth that comforted a child, and in the stories told around the dancing flames. The first fire of the Himalayas was more than just a discovery. It was the moment humanity's own inner light began to shine. A light that would guide them through the ages. A light that burns within us still. Thank you for joining us on this journey back in time. If you were moved by this story of our ancestors, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more tales of human history. We'll see you next time.